What is up, my friends on YouTube and fellow Top Shot community? Thank you for joining me. Today is Sunday, November 21st, and I'm here to bring you another video in our pack preview series. Guys, we have content being released on this channel every single day. If you would like to stay updated on all that content, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button. All right, so today's video, we're going to be going over the Series 1 Reserve Pack. This is going to be a pack that they're pulling out moments from Series 1 that never got minted, or maybe they were minted but never released out in packs, and they're finding a unique way to make them available to collectors. I will go ahead and start by saying I did release a video that went over trade tickets. It is on the channel. So I recommend you watch that because I talk about the trade tickets and specifically how they apply to these Series 1 reserve packs. It is a little bit longer of a video, but I do kind of break that down in detail. So I will try not to repeat a lot of the information from that video on this one, and I'll try to keep this one a little bit shorter. But there's a couple key things that they came out with since I released that video. So I did want to go ahead and do a pack preview video for this pack. So getting right into it, this is a Series 1 Reserve Pack. They did come out and let us know finally how many trade tickets that's going to be. And if you see there, it's 350 trade tickets. So they're going to be dropping this 8 days, 20 hours, 48 minutes. I think the date is November 30th, and that'll be at 11 Pacific. They're saying the long-awaited, highly anticipated Series 1 Reserve Packs have arrived, so I guess people have been asking about this one. Of course, Series 1 was a little bit before my time on Top Shot, so can't talk a lot about how long that they've been waiting for these moments to be released. But anyways, they're saying they have 10,425 packs have been created from the vault out of Series 1 base set. So understand these are going to be Series 1 base set moments. They're making a first patch of 500, and they're going to be ready, like I said, November 30th. And so as you can see right away, the requirements, if you do pull up the pack page, we're not eligible. We don't have 350 trade tickets. We actually don't have any trade tickets on this channel. Haven't traded in any moments. Kind of was waiting to see how many tickets were going to be needed, and I guess that's a good time to point out that how I feel about the number of tickets. I'm not going to say that I'm disappointed. I just have thoughts to share. They're not necessarily negative or positive, but I do feel like 350 trade tickets is going to be pretty difficult for most collectors to achieve. I don't have statistics on how big collections are. I'm sure that there's people that have been involved on Top Shot since day one that do have large collections, but I don't know if those are large collections with lower value moments. I don't know if there's a whole lot of people that were really building their collections up like that. I'm sure the true collectors probably are. I'm sure there's people out there that own almost every moment on Top Shot, at least up until Series 3. But I don't think that there is very many of them. So I do think 350 trade tickets are, I think that is a pretty high number, and I don't think that a whole lot of people are going to be able to achieve that. I will talk a little bit. I'll jump over to the live token and show you in just a second, and we'll kind of break that down a little further. But I do want to finish out sharing the pack details. So fast facts for batch 1. They're going to contain 4 moments from Series 1. 1 moment is minted out to just 1,000. 3 moments minted anywhere between 1240 and 39.99. There's only going to be 1 queue, and it's going to be open for 24 hours until sold out. I don't know. I really don't know if these are going to sell out, or at least I don't think they're going to sell out quickly. There's only 24 hours, to do it, but I don't see a whole lot of people being able to honestly, just accumulate that many trade tickets. We will talk in brief about a bulk trade feature for the trade tickets, and I will show some data from Live Token that talks about how many people are kind of, or at least estimates about how many people have these tickets. But I would not be surprised if these actually do not sell out. We'll just have to see. So, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So 500 packs are going to be available, and you can only get one pack per drop. There's only going to be one. You got to have the 350 trade tickets 24 hours before the drop. So I guess they're saying this drop is in 8 days 20 hours, so you have roughly 8 days to get your trade tickets in. Oh, you know what, I'm just discovering this live. I was looking for this earlier. Okay, cool. So this actually gives us the full list. So that's unique data that I probably should have found before starting to film this, but that's okay. We'll break it down live, and I'll give you my thoughts. So moments from Series 1, featuring top shot debuts, some of the biggest stars, and then it's just going to go in here. This is a lot of the same data that we had before, so that's pretty much it. We'll jump over to, didn't want to go to Live Token. I wanted to go to the blog. All right, so this is the blog page, and this pretty much has a lot of basically the same data, or the same talking points and information that the pack page did. So we won't really go into this too much, but I will say there is a little video here on the page. I think it's on both these pages that you can watch. It's a short little 3-minute video, and they kind of break down, if you can see there, it says, the reserves and then 4 moments, and kind of talks about it. But I do want to point out one key that I saw from the video, and this is the largest variance to date. And he talks about that a lot of people are going to be really excited about what they pull, and then there's going to be a lot of people that are not very happy with what they pull. So, and it urges you to please do your own research. So that kind of tells me right there that in order for them to release some of these high value moments and still keep the pack prices reasonable, if you think 350 tickets is reasonable, they have to also include very low value moments. So essentially it's like the lottery, right? Some people are going to win big, some people are going to lose big, and that variance, while it's always there in pack drops, it's the largest to date. So I don't know if there's going to be a lot of break even points, but I think it's it's going to be spread, and he talks about that in the video, that it's going to be spread very wide in this one. So I ask you, to exercise caution going into this drop, and only do this if you really feel like you can tolerate a pretty big loss on this one. So I do want to say that I think that most of the people that this pack drop, I think it's rewarding collectors. Well, I'll tell you what, let's jump over to the Live Token on the Discord. I want to pull this up. This was released on the 19th, so was that 2 days ago? It talks about trade tickets. Of course, this could have changed, and he also talks about this is just an estimate, I believe, because of course the moments are held on the blockchain, but the trade tickets are not. So I'm not sure exactly how he comes up with this data, but it seems like he does a pretty good job. So I'm gonna give it this to you, but also understand this may not be 100% accurate. So he gives the current breakdown, counting the trade tickets, and so you need 350. So there's only 30 people right now that have 350 tickets. Of course, there's 16 and then 7 that have 400 and 500. And then if you look down here, he breaks it down: trade tickets plus low value moments. 350 plus is 88, and then of course 400, 500, 45, and 19. So I think if somebody has 300 plus trade tickets, I think they can get to 350 pretty easy. I mean, that's not going to be too difficult, so you can include that 58. So if you take all that 58, 30, 16, 7, you know, I don't know, quick mental math, maybe around 100 moments, or 100 collectors. And then if you go down here to look at these, 128 plus 88, what was that, 200, 250, 260, probably 275, something like that, plus 100. So you're looking at like 375 people, and that's assuming that they all go for these packs, which I don't think that everyone's going to do. And that's assuming that these, you know, people with the low value moments trade in, you know, all their moments and, you know, to get the trade tickets and use their trade tickets, which of course they're not all going to do. And that's because of those numbers. That's where I struggle to see. I really don't know if these packs will, it wouldn't surprise me either way. If they sell out within 10 minutes, it wouldn't surprise me. Or if they don't sell out at all, again, wouldn't surprise me. They haven't, as far as I understand, they have not released the bulk trade-in feature yet for trade tickets. I have not seen that come out, and so I think that will also help the process in which more people may opt to do more of these tickets. But until then, I think that pretty much where the numbers stand is probably going to be about where it is. So I'll say I think this is a reward to collectors that started in the beginning days of Top Shot. I think that I don't think that's why Top Shot is doing this. I think they're doing it because they do want the trade tickets to be a part of the process. So I think that they're really going into that. But I think that this is a way that also, just as a, you know, happy, you know, side effect, rewards collectors from Series 1 in the early days of Top Shot, because they've had a chance to build a large collection of low value moments, and they've just had more time to spend in it and things like that. So saying that, when we talk about risk and reward, I think the early days collectors, and again, this is before my time, so I can just share my thoughts, but I will say that, you know, obviously I'm new on the journey of Top Shot, so you can, you know, dismiss my comments if you would like, but I think that the collectors from the early days of Top Shot are more inclined to having some of those packs, like in the beginning, where, you know, they were essentially, like, if you qualified for a pack drop, you know, you were pretty much guaranteed to have value and stuff coming out, you know, that at least from the sources that I've heard from, you know, that's pretty much kind of how it was. And I think it was just a little bit different vibe. And I think now, after Series 2 and then after summer 21 and then now moving into Series 3, things have been changing, and it seems like there's some resentment from the early days collectors. Could be wrong, could be right, but so I think Top Shot's trying to release these packs, but they're also trying to keep those people, early days collectors, happy and excited with this. And I don't know if they're gonna hit the mark. I don't know if they'll be able to with the amount of moments. And I think that the early days collectors are probably realizing that, hey, there's a big risk on this pack drop, and I think they're going to be the ones that are more likely to say, you know what, I think we're going to hold off and not do this, or maybe we'll skip the first one and see what the second one brings. So I don't think, and I imagine that a lot of these people that have this many trade tickets, those are going to be the early day collectors, or these people with these large collections of 350, 400 moments, are going to, again, be people in the early days. And I think those are the people that are more likely to hold out on this drop and wait either for the second one or, you know, just kind of wait. So hopefully, but I will say that I think there's a lot of pressure on Top Shot to, you know, not fumble this one. You know, I think this is a big one. There's a lot at stake. You know, 350 tickets is a lot, and I think they want to make everybody happy, but again, we're still seeing things coming from Top Shot. Like, you know, I got to be fair. As much as, you know, as hype as I am on Top Shot, we are still seeing things like typos and in the details on that what was it, the challenge with the it was one of the vintage vibe challenges, I think, where they had the archive set where you had to end up stacking moments. So like, how does that happen, right? You know, so and then they come back and change it. So if you're still seeing stuff like that, it's like, can you really trust them to put together something, you know, that's not gonna upset people? And I will say this, that all the information is here, and we even got the pack list right here that we'll go into. So all the information is here. You should know pretty much exactly what you're getting into, and so if you take the time and do enough research, you should be able to understand what the chances are and all these different things. And so if you are not happy, you know, with what you get, you can only really be upset at yourself, because they're providing all the information, and here's actually a full pack list on what is available. So there's really no reason why, if you decide to participate in this drop and you don't get something that you are happy with, then it's just the luck of the draw, you know. So again, I'll stand by what I've always said, that I do not think pack drops are the most financially efficient way to increase your collection. But if you're a big winner, then of course, you know, that's really good. So let's take a look at this pack list here and see kind of what we got. So again, I'm doing this live, so bear with me. Series 1 times base set 3 times. So I think what this is meaning is that you're going to get 1 moment out of this top list and then 3 out of the bottom. So pretty much it breaks down all the numbers here. So these are pretty good moments here. Looks like the highest one I see is 5. Oh no, I see some 700s. So I'm trying to just look for roughly the biggest one. So 760 of the Galloway moments are going to be released. So let's just tell you what, let's run into the marketplace. Well, I actually had a better way, because I was going to break this down in the video too. This is on the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to look at the Galloway. So $145. So the majority, and you can see this is a 23% circulation, and I was going to talk about this later. So they need to get, you know, a lot of these moments out, right? So $145 on the low ask on this one. So, and you know what I'm just briefly wondering is this has got to be for all 10,000 packs, I imagine. I'm doing this live, but what I'm realizing is that, yeah, this is all of the ones. So you got to remember that this is not just for release 1. This is not for just drop 1. This is going to be for all 10,000. So they've built all 10,000 of these packs. So we actually do not know, at least based on this list that they've provided us, what's going to be in drop 1, because this is actually showing what all is available. But see, I don't understand this one, the Jeff Teague moment, because it's saying serial number 7 to 1,655 moments. So that's not making a lot of sense to me. Or even this, you know, even the Galloway moment showing serial number 67 to 1,000. So somehow they must have released some serial numbers in between there. But some of these make a little more sense, like the 863 to 1,000 for this Middleton moment, with 138 being released. I believe that adds up to 1,000. So not, and then you see like this Harry Giles moment, there's going to be a serial 1. So for some reason, I guess that number 1 was just never minted, but there's only 818 moments being released, but it's going to be serial numbers 1 all the way out to 1,000. So, and those do have a little star. Not all, okay. So not all serial numbers in the range are available to pack. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, that's, you know, take that that as well. So so this is going to be the data for all 10,000 packs. So you got to understand there's only 500 that are being released. So what does that mean? That there might be roughly, is that 20 drops? So 20 times 500, I believe, is 10,000. So so understand that too. They can decide to portion these out any way they wanted, or maybe did they fully randomize this? I don't know how much information. If anyone else has any other information about the complete drop one specific list, if you could kindly share that information in the comment section, or if you know any information about how they assembled these, whether it was fully randomized from the 10,000 packs or kind of what happened, that'd be cool too. Because they could have, for example, decided to, put out, I know they had said something like they didn't want any one moment to be released. It was something like they might have 10 moments released from any one of these moments might only have like 10 put out per drop. Like they don't want 500 of the James Harden moments all put out in the first 500 packs, because that might tank or it would likely tank the value of that moment on the marketplace. So, kind of expect that, like, for example, this, the LeBron moment, there's only 63 of those. Don't expect, probably 10 or less of those moments are going to be available on each drop. So understand that pretty importantly too. So yeah, this doesn't really, provide us, I guess, a whole lot. I mean, we kind of knew that there was information on this already as far as the number that was released. You can find that information, but you can see that you'll get 3 of the moments at the bottom, 1 at the top, but this definitely gives you a breakdown of what's going to be available. You just won't know exactly on drop 1, but especially with these higher value moments, you can expect there to be not a whole lot being released. So I did want to go to on the moment over here and just briefly talk about EV on these packs. Or if we go to, well, we'll do the circulation first. So out of these 1,000 moments, as you can see, it goes to about right here. The Gallinari is going to be the lowest value moment. It's at $100, and I think that was just at 120. So it looks like it might have moved down a little bit, but you can see that those moments are that's the lowest value. So you could get this Gallinari moment at only $100 as part of your mint counts of out of 1,000. Now the largest one you see all the way up here, the LeBron James at 10,000, and of course that's been trending down. I wonder if that's because of this pack release coming up, and then of course anywhere in between. And then if you see on these circulation, the second column where it says circulation percentage, of course, like this LeBron James is only circulated out to 26%, so probably likely that you're going to get one of those, or one of these Harry Giles moments at 17% versus one of these ones that have been minted out, like this LeBron James dunk over here that's minted out already at 77%, or this Ja Morant moment at 83% already released. It's not as likely you're going to get one of those moments because there's just not as many out there. Now per drop, of course, it could be a better chance that you'll get one of those moments depending on how many are released during that drop, which again, I don't have information on that to give you. So if anyone else does, happily share those in the comments for the rest of us. And then you look here, let me just go to the lowest ask, $29. So that's your lowest ask on your lower value moments. So you could get 3 moments, at $30, and then 1 at 100 something. And so you're talking, $200, or you can get that one moment, $10,000. So if I also wanted to show you, there are moments that, like this Giannis was 1012. I don't know, the specific numbers they gave were like 1049. I don't know. So I don't know if these 2 moments, this James Harden and this Giannis moment, are going to be included in those. I imagine they will be, but let's just say, like, this Jeremiah Grant 165. But then you look, there's some moments like the Zion Williams is at $1,600. So I thought there was another one. No. Well, I'll tell you what, if I go by the ask up to the top, there was another moment, like for example, this Luka moment's 2,700, or this LeBron James is 1,200. So there are moments, you know, that you could actually get, you know, maybe you get that that Galloway moment, but then you get a Luka, you know, so you know, you get a high value moment out of a more of a circulation, you know, than the other ones. As far as the serials, it looks like I'm pretty sure you're going to get towards the end of these serials, so don't expect to get anything high. But for example, there are some, like that Harry Giles is saying the number 1 serial is available. The Jeff Teague, there is a number 7 serial that seems to be available. Rajon Rondo 21 serial, and you know, Galloway 67. So there are some lower serial numbers, but it's not likely you're going to get a great serial number on these either. So whatever the floor price moves to is likely what your movement, your moment is going to be worth. So understand that one as well. So that's pretty much seems like all the information that has been released recently. So I think I'll pretty much leave the video at that. In the closing, I will just say, do I recommend you go for this, or do I recommend you hold off? I don't really know. I know personally for the channel, we are not going to be able to achieve the 350 trade tickets. We just don't have that many moments, and of course we definitely don't have that many low value moments. But if you already have a large collection and you understand the risk, and you not too worried about collector score and things like that, because I do imagine your collector score, all these moments are common moments, so you're not going to get any collector score for these. So if you're not worried about that, then you could go for this, but just don't be disappointed if you don't get what you're looking for, because it's, you know, more probably common than not that you won't. So I won't recommend really this to anybody that's, you know, brand new to Top Shot, mainly because I think it's going to take so long. If you're starting from zero, I mean, you would have to go to the marketplace and you would have to be on here for hours, you know, buying low value moments just to trade these in. And then even if, you know, they introduce the bulk trade feature, you know, it's still going to, I mean, it's going to take you a long time. And then who knows what you end up getting. I mean, if you refresh it here, you know, you can go on here, you start buying low value moments, and then if you're trying to snipe moments off of here for $2, I haven't seen a lot of $1 moments popping up, but at $2 you could potentially try to do that, but it's hit and miss. I mean, you would just be on here for days, you know, just doing this, you know, just buying moments. It takes so long just to buy one, and then you talk about you have to buy 350. So if you want to spend hours and hours buying the moments, and then hopefully the bulk trade feature comes out, you can trade them all in at once and then go for this thing. You know, that's one way to go about it, but I don't think, I think this is probably meant for people that already have a large collection and can tolerate a bigger loss if that is what, you know, ends up happening. But, you know, great way to get some Series 1 moments if you do have a large collection. And then just touching back on the amount of people that actually have the tickets, you know, that you got to think that that's people that have been on here for however long of time they started, and maybe there's 500 or you know, maybe there's even 1,000 people that might qualify. Let's just say, I don't think so, but let's say even if there was 1,000 people, but that's they've had all this time to accumulate these trade tickets, so they're going to be doing you know, 20 drops over the next, you know, 12 to 18 months. So it's going to be, I feel like if they keep doing 500, it's going to be still unlikely that people are going to have that many trade tickets the further we get into this. So because I think they want Series 3 to be a big part of it, but even if you're buying packs at 3 moments a piece, let's say even if you get 10 per release, well, that's only 30 moments. So you need 350, and they're saying they may even increase these. So I really just don't. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how it works out. I mean, hopefully, you know, they put a lot of thought into this, and maybe they just understand something that I don't. But I really, with the information that I have, I don't see this being something that a lot of people are going to be able to participate in. So we'll just have to see. It'll be interesting how it plays out, and let me know if you've already decided that you're gonna get one of these packs, or at least go for it. Let us know. Let us know how you built your collection. If you have any more information, let me know why you're gonna do it, or if you have the tickets and you decide to sit this one out, let us know as well, because it'd be interesting to hear your take on it. So I'll leave it at there, and be sure to go back and reference the trade ticket video that I put out, where I'll talk a little bit more about those. Probably gives a lot of the same information, just spun a little bit different of a way. So, all right, thank you for your time, and I appreciate it. And you have enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see y'all Monday, Monday, November 22nd, for another daily buy.